Why isn't Hassan like in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation? Averages 2.9 blocks a game. He obviously deserved it over Giannis.
If you like anything you see today, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to see our content first. Now, let's get back to the video. So the Portland Trailblazers fell to the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs this year. What do you guys think they should do to try and get to the NBA Finals next season?
So the Trailblazers for me are a really interesting one this season. They don't have much cap space. They don't have a lot of trade assets. So what are they meant to do? I personally believe they're just going to run it back. They were plagued by injuries last year to Nurkic, to Rodney Hood, and to Zach Collins. And yeah, these injuries hampered a team that made the Western Conference Finals in 2019. I think a lot of people forget this. Obviously, they were swept by the Warriors. That absolutely incredible team, KD, Steph, all together.
Yeah, I really like that. The Blazers didn't have Ariza in the bubble either due to, outside off-court issues. And they still made it to the playoffs. I like the Blazers to try to run it back. They got Nurkic back, which they didn't have for like that first half of the season. They obviously had Hassan playing that fill-in role. And I think they need to let Hassan Whiteside go. He served well in his role, but I don't think he's a long-term option for the Blazers, especially with the pieces they have right now. They have the guard position locked up, the wing position locked up, and now they have the center position locked up with Zach Collins and Nurkic. So if I'm the Blazers, I'm letting Hassan Whiteside go.
Mate, don't ever disrespect Hassan like that again, mate. The blocks leader, mate. That man can defend, mate. Why isn't Hassan like in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation? Averages 2.9 blocks a game. He obviously deserved it over Giannis. Another thing they should do is re-sign Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, getting Trevor Ariza back will be really important for the Blazers. They obviously suffered in terms of defense in that playoff series against the Lakers, and not having Ariza in there, who's known for being a defensive kind of specialist, really hurt them, especially in trying to stop LeBron, even though LeBron didn't play that crazily during that series. And the wing position is the main weakness. You have Trevor Ariza, you have Rodney Hood. Both of those guys, they're reaching up in age, and they had injury concerns throughout the season. So bringing in and drafting a younger player like Saddiq Bey, one of my draft favorites, to play that 3-and-D role and potentially get some minutes. I'm not sure if Saddiq Bey falls to the 16th pick, but if I'm the Blazers, I think he's a perfect piece.
They should just run the ball through Dame, which is what they do. Don't give it to CJ whatsoever. That guy is a brick.
I think the Trailblazers were kind of misusing Dame as well. I think Terry Stotts, as a coach, I like him a lot as a coach. Offensively, he gets a lot of lesser players involved in his offense. But I think he needs to realize that Damian Lillard is a superstar, and they need to design more plays for him. Terry Stotts, his offense consists of a lot of ISOs and pick and roll players. But I'd like to see them kind of use Dame's range a bit more, figure out a way to counter the hard edge screen that a lot of teams are using against the especially the Lakers in the playoffs, where you had your guy setting the screen and then always going over the screen to prevent Dame from pulling up from that ridiculous range that he has. So so some coaching adjustments on that front need to happen. Lillard averaging 30 points, 8 assists is just incredible numbers, and they need to make use of that superstar that they have. He loves the team, no intention of leaving. So really design your team around that.
For sure. I mean, we tend to forget the past, and the Blazers did make the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, only losing to the Golden State Warriors. And this team, which is very much similar to the team of the past, with a few extra, I would say, better pieces in there, I think the Trailblazers might actually be a top 3 team in the Western Conference. You have Dame, CJ, obviously they're proven, but I think you're going to see a progression of guys like Simmons, Nazir Little, as well as Trevor Ariza returning to that lineup, and obviously Nurkic, who they missed out on during a lot of the start of that season. Right before Nurkic came back, they were playing pretty badly. So I think he's kind of that glue guy, and getting him back will kind of elevate them to one of those top seeds. And I think we will see that next year. And like a big reason why I think they lost against the Lakers, obviously Dame was injured, and they were forced to kind of play that 2-center lineup with Hassan Whiteside and Nurkic, and they barely played that during the year. So potentially getting some more like chemistry minutes throughout the year with that lineup, drafting that 3-and-D guy. I think the Trailblazers are going to be a top 3 team in the West, and I have no doubt about that. I think they're better than the Clippers.
Yeah, I honestly do believe Dame is better than Paul George. Can't even deny that one. Yeah, but they put away some big teams in recent years. OKC last season, Dame hit that absolute dagger against Paul George, Westbrook as well. I think Liam's absolutely right. They need to design more plays where they can get him some good looks, because that man, I mean, he once he's above half court, he's basically open for a shot, right? Like the guy has range, and I feel like you need to utilize that range.
Kind of just finish off with that coaching point that you guys have made. Yeah, I mean, you have pretty much the whole team can hit threes, including Nurkic. He hits the three once in a while. I don't know why the Blazers do love that ISO ball so much when they do have such great spacing, and potentially moving to more of like a movement type offense where you have a bunch of, off-ball screens and stuff like that. That might benefit them a lot, especially if they do choose to draft a 3-and-D guy, or even with the current personnel that they have. Like Ariza can hit his threes, Melo can hit his threes, McCollum can obviously hit his threes, so can Dame. And the only guy really that, is a bit of a liability on the three is Nurkic, and he will probably just post up somewhere on the elbow, and he can run the offense similar to how the Nuggets have made Jokic on the offense. Getting Dame some of those off-ball threes, that might be the direction they go to try and make that offense a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, I mean, Dame is like as good a shooter as Steph.
So that's what we thought the Trailblazers should do this offseason to stay in contention. What do you guys think? Comment down below. We're going to read all the comments and reply to all the comments. So, yeah.
Hey guys, cheers for making it to the end of the video. Really appreciate your time and listening to our opinions. Whether you agree or disagree with us, please drop a comment down below. Let us know. We're just trying to learn and grow our channel. And talking to growing our channel, feel free to drop us a subscribe as well. Really help us grow and really get our name out there. Really appreciate it, guys.